The Book of 1 Kings continues the historical narrative of the Israelites, chronicling the rise and fall of kingdoms, the reigns of kings, and the spiritual journey of a nation. It begins with the wise and prosperous rule of King Solomon, David's son, who sought God's guidance and built the magnificent temple in Jerusalem. Under Solomon's reign, Israel experienced a period of peace, prosperity, and international recognition. However, even in the height of success, Solomon's heart turned away from God as he allowed idolatry to creep into the kingdom. Following Solomon's death, the kingdom was divided into two separate entities, the northern kingdom of Israel and the southern kingdom of Judah. The subsequent chapters of 1 Kings detail the reigns of various kings, their successes, failures, and the spiritual state of the people. The narrative reveals the stark contrast between kings who remained faithful to God's commandments and those who embraced idolatry, leading the nation astray. Throughout 1 Kings, the ministry of prophets plays a crucial role. Prophets like Elijah and Elisha emerge as God's messengers, challenging the kings and calling the people back to faithful obedience. They perform miracles, confront idolatry, and remind the people of their covenant with God. The dramatic confrontation on Mount Carmel between Elijah and the prophets of Baal showcases God's power and the consequences of forsaking him. One of the central themes in 1 Kings is the importance of faithfulness and obedience to God. The righteous kings, such as Hezekiah and Josiah, are commended for their commitment to God's law, leading to periods of revival and blessings for the people. On the other hand, the wicked kings, like Ahab and Jeroboam, bring calamity upon themselves and their kingdoms by turning away from God and embracing pagan practices. The book also portrays the tragic consequences of idolatry and the corrupting influence of power. The splendor of Solomon's reign gives way to division, strife, and the eventual downfall of both the northern and southern kingdoms. Israel falls into captivity to Assyria, while Judah faces the same fate under Babylonian rule. These events serve as a sobering reminder of the importance of remaining steadfast in faith and humble before God. As we reflect on the lessons from 1 Kings, we are reminded of the timeless truths woven into the narrative. We learn that prosperity and success can sometimes become stumbling blocks if they draw us away from wholehearted devotion to God. The faithfulness of a leader has far-reaching effects, influencing the spiritual condition of an entire nation. And we see the power of repentance and revival when individuals and communities turn their hearts back to God. Ultimately, 1 Kings serves as a poignant reminder of the need for unwavering faith and obedience in our own lives. It urges us to evaluate our allegiances, recognize the idols that vie for our devotion, and diligently seek to align ourselves with God's purposes. Through the successes and failures of the kings and the unfolding of God's redemptive plan, we are encouraged to remain faithful, even in the face of challenges, knowing that God's faithfulness endures and His promises never waver.